Here we are, Sportster S. Now one thing you will notice, it's basically got the same controls as that Pan America, because this is part of that Pan American line. So and I'm riding the one with the forward controls. I gotta say, I'm kind of glad I did. Someone parked in the wrong spot. So I got it with the mid controls. It's same 1250 engine. The one I got here is 15349, standard equipped. And one thing about it is, and you'll probably notice this when I stop and we take a look at it, is it bears a very, very, very scary resemblance to a V-Rod. So if you're one of them riders that's V-Rod PTSD, well, you better not look at this one, because it's got a pretty similar look. I ain't gonna lie. But things evolve. The one downfall is, and it's actually kind of sad really, I mean the Sportster is such an iconic motorcycle. So yeah, you have that happen to you in Sturgis too. Yeah, the Sportster is so iconic. I don't know if that guy was just being stupid or what. I don't know. You see some weird shit, you know. I don't know. It's Sturgis, man. The Sportster is so iconic. And it's just such a, like, I mean, that Evo Sportster is, like, I mean, it's been a staple of Harley Davidson for damn near as long as I've been alive. So almost, you know, well over 30, 35, probably about 35 years or so. I don't know exact years. I'm not as rehearsed in my history of Harley Davidsons. I apologize. That's one of the downfalls of being a Honda guy. You don't know the history of Harley as much. So it doesn't help when you're trying to give reviews of Harley Davidsons. But anyways, let's see here. But it's okay. He is all good in the hood. And here's the thing, this new Sportster, you're gonna get custom parts for it. They're gonna make shit for it. I mean, it's just gonna take a little bit for them. Hell, there's probably already tons of custom parts already made for it. So it will get done. And, you know, eventually things do have to evolve. And that's one thing we hammer Harley Davidson on a lot, is for not evolving. So I'm not gonna come down on them too hard for changing something like the Sportster out. And I'm kind of thinking maybe like Shade Tree Surgeon's kind of thought is, okay, yep, have a new Sportster, but maybe not call it the Sportster. Like, maybe let's not call it that, you know, because it's so different. But in the end, that's more of a apples to orange, you know, tomato, all that junk. I mean, it's unnecessary to worry about it, if you ask me. As long as it's a good, well-built bike, which I'm guessing it will be, because, well, it's on that base, that chassis. And as special as that damn, oh Christ, can't think of names today. As special as that Pan America is, and this has the same engine as the Pan America, I think this one's going to be equally as special. Okay, now that we're out of that, alright, so first initial thoughts. This pipe right here, terrible location for the pipe. absolutely terrible location for that exhaust pipe. Your leg will cook on that pipe, I guarantee it. So that's the first thing I noticed is, holy crud, that pipe's in a terrible spot. What else? Otherwise, I'm very impressed with the tech. I mean, can you imagine a Sportster that has cruise control? Like, that's the first thing. Sportster has cruise control, heated grips, ride modes. Like I said, it's everything that the... Whoa. What's that? Oh. It's got everything that other bike has. So what I like about these bikes like this tiny cruiser bikes, is they kind of give you that, you kind of get that feel of what you loved about motorcycling when you started. There, you got the wind in your face, or, I mean, granted I'm wearing a helmet, I get it, but there you go, there's some wind in the face. So you got kind of the wind in your face, you can feel it, you can feel the road, you can feel what it's doing. You got that intimate feel to it that sometimes I feel like you get on the big cruiser bikes, you don't have the same feel. It's a different feel. And don't get me wrong, I ride a massive touring bike, and I love that bike, and it's great, and I love that thing riding across the country. But you can't compare it to something like this that gives you that feel of like the first time you rode that first bike you rode. You got that little, you know, 750 or, you know, 500cc Honda. You know, you can't match that. Let's take a quick look at this thing, huh? Get the kickstand here. Oh, I see. Wow, that leans over a long ways. Okay, so check my battery. We're still looking good, although I ain't got much battery left, so there you go. Yep. Oh, never mind. I thought that's just Harley Davidson emblems. I don't mind the look of it. Like I said, that head pipe where it is, that's a terrible spot for that head pipe, because it will cook, or that pipe's gonna cook your leg. It will. But I think it's got a pretty good look to it. And like I said, you'll be able to customize these all you want. I apologize for the route, but I mean, it's a pretty quick and simple route. It's 5 miles out, 5 miles back. It's as best as they can do, I think. Oh, yeah, the suspension's a little rougher too. What you'd expect in a Sportster suspension. Sport, here we go. Let's see how big we can get on this. Oh yeah. So my final verdict on this, I think this will be a great bike too. I mean, it's not world changing like Pan America is, but I think this will be a good bike too. I'd say don't dismiss it outright.
Put it in sport mode?
Yep. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, it is. Oh yeah, it lets you know it's there.
Smooth as hell.
Yeah, oh yeah. He's absolutely right. It is smooth as hell. Absolutely. That's the biggest thing I'm impressed with this engine, is how smooth it is. Like, I am so impressed with that. Like, call me surprised. I did not expect that. smooth Harley Davidson engine. God, maybe hell has frozen over. Maybe we all are screwed, you know? Maybe we're all hosed, I don't know. Oh, whatever happens, I'm sure it's going to be fun. My biggest concern is that price range is in that 14 to 15 grand range, and I think that's a little high for a Sportster. But let me caveat that with, it's a new Sportster, it's redesigned, it has ride modes in it, it's got better technology in it, but that price point, I don't know, I think they're going to have issues with that price point being a little prohibitive. If I were you, save the extra 5 grand and go buy a Pan America. That's probably not what you're looking for if you're looking for a Sportster, but you know. But yeah, I think this will be another quality motorcycle for them. As long as people will buy it.
1 week later.
I would like to rescind my thoughts on the Sportster S, primarily concerning the price. Because yes, 15 grand for kind of that entry. I feel like it's kind of an entry level bike. I don't think Harley would consider it that, and I really don't know if it is anymore. I think some of that's because of the sports name, but let's be honest, you know, if they go away from this and into that, well, you're probably looking at that being maybe the entry level. But I tell you what, with the 1200S, you get cruise control, you get ride modes. It's a lot better of a ride. The engine's nice and smooth. Yeah, I would, if you're gonna buy, unless you really, like I said, you really have your eyes set on an old Sportster and that's what you want, and you want it brand new, get with that. But otherwise, if you're looking for a brand new 1200cc Harley Davidson motorcycle, I would go with Sportster S, period, because it's just a much better built machine. And like I said, I think the extra money you pay for it, I think it's well worth it. For an extra 3 grand, you don't have this shake, and you got cruise control and ride modes. And especially if you're going to do some decent riding, you're going to be really wishing that you had something like that, because I just took this 75 down the interstate, and it's kind of hard to hold on to going 75 down the interstate. Whereas that Sportster S was nice and smooth like you like it. So like I said, I think the complaints about the price, I think, in my mind, I'm done with those complaints, because I think you get your money's worth with the new one compared to the modern Sportster, or the other Sportster. Well, and there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Another banging video here from the Sodak Motorcycle Blog. Or maybe you think it sucks, I don't know, whatever. But anyways, I got more where that come from. I got 3 videos popping up on that screen right about now. So, and there's a various assortment of what's on there, so hopefully there's a video you like that's on there. If you already know you want to and you've already made it through this video, go ahead and click the subscribe button here on the bottom right. And if you're not convinced, check out those 3 videos and then hit subscribe.